Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Third down. Here's Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Andy Isabella, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They will run it. It's McKissick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. You gonna see me
On fourth down, Jackson. Buying time is left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Washington. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Haskins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He's going to rifle one deep. Oh, wide open, complete. There he goes left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Andy Isabella, 76 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Typically down in the first half, I might say, well, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marquise Goodwin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? But Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Gus Edwards, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
I'm about to be #1 in receiving and #1 in quarterback yards again. My man already got like 200 in the first half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. He's going to float this one deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
There goes a deep ball, end zone.
Oh, yeah.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Oh, yeah.
Picked up. Now the ball comes loose. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Eric Ebron His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. DK Metcalf. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Ebron with it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot.
This is caught inside the 15. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Now it's Jackson.
Oh, you got to pick that off,
end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's now 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
What, does you run a blitz plays or something?
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Single. Let's go. Single slot. Kid 21.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Dancing to his left.
That's what I'm, bro. Shaquem Griffin is a dog.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Haskins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why do...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. T.J. Hawkinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
LA just lost. LA probably
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to pass that. That's nice.
Watch the curl.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. He's got a man, complete, 30, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 98 yards, and the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
You sound like this sound.
Check 50, check 50. Kill.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner. And
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Andy Isabella was the intended target. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for
I feel
Washington.
like I'm about to break
And
the
even
record
60
again. What the
yards.
heck, bro?
Excellent execution,
I'm
and
about to
now
break
they're
the
set up
record
nicely.
again.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
You better bring it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Ebron caught left side. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Called that a very strong gain of 24. On first and 10, it's Jackson. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
To throw once more on second and 10. Jackson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Devin Funchess, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Maybe the skill position will be a lineman.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Now Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on second and long. Jackson, he's going to go deep for Funchess.
Oh my God.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
From the gun, Jackson. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's going to be caught.
What is that?
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Loss of 2 brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it is.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
I don't think you got it, sir.
They run. Abdullah. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And got his man complete. The 20. 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. DJ Chark, 83 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
You can't keep up with this nigga receivers, bro. He got some fast receivers, bro, I tell you. Who?
Jackson now, throwing on first down. Being chased out left. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On third down, Jackson going for the deep ball. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here we go again. Right there, 54.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And it is incomplete. Well, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Switch.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Eric Kendricks, his second sack of the night.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Box 54. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that right.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that left
the Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffith in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one,
he's got a man, complete. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Haskins going to try to throw it. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The
lined up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
He's fighting this nigga, bro. He need a new team. Forget the corner. I get it. I hope he wouldn't ask me for corners. I got my team for the rest of the year.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Lamar Jackson, bro. This nigga throwing anything with him. And it's getting there.
Here's Jackson. Gonna throw again. He's gonna let it fly.
Oh, my God.
My goodness, another interception.
Look at that pig.
Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play.
What the
short little passes may work an exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of...
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever has trusted...
And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Haskins over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. DK Metcalf, 64 yards. And this Redskins offense is running away with this one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
This nigga threw 9. He got to throw 9 picks if I get it.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson, buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward, and that will write a finish to this ball game. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota,
Start a broadcast, y'all.